All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Harakakodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of James Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to Yaki in bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. And this video is basically showing you, a bunch of bees, man, right? And these bees, and it was sent from a brother in our camp, Abiyah. Hey, but here it is. These bees are in this soda can, right? In the Sprite can. These are the same creatures in which are supposed to be pollinating flowers. This just goes to show you how bad Esau's destroyed the earth, man. So I want to get into it. Here goes the video. Right? So instead of them, doing their job of pollinating flowers, and they're fucking with Sprite, because the chemicals within that Sprite, more than likely mimic, the sweetness flower pollen or flower nectar. So it's more accessible for them, to go in the trash can and deal with the artificial sweetness than for the actual plant for its purpose, man. So things like this won't be occurring in the kingdom, man, because it ain't gonna be no such thing as a soda, man. It ain't gonna be no such thing as a root beer float, These are our Babylonian, customs and vices, man. See, because sugar, and Esau will tell you himself, sugar is more addicting than drugs, man. Sugar is considered a drug within this society, man. Right? So I want to go into some precepts, right? Matter of fact, this is Job 10 and 20. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 10 and 21. It says, before I go thence, whence shall I not return? Even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, which is America, man. Babylon the Great. Hey, and this, especially when you understand how the rest of these nations don't even accept, the quote unquote junk foods that America produces and sells here, because it's full of chemicals and it's full of harmful, contaminants, man. Right? It says, before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness as the shadow of death. A land of darkness and the shadow of death. It's like even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order, and where the light is darkness. And that's a perfect example for this place, man. The light here is darkness. What Esau exalts as righteousness is wickedness, right? And what's actually righteous, he deems it as wickedness, man. Here it is. This devil is, come to this land, strip the water of its nutrients, of its metals that help purify it, and then he bottles that same water and then pumps chemicals within it, and then bottles it in a fucking plastic, right? But this is what happens when the most wicked man is ruling. I also want to grab this in the book of Sirach, the 39th chapter. One second. This is Sirach 39, and I'm going to start here at 24. It says, as his ways are plain into the holy, so are they stumbling blocks into the wicked, right? When we go back into the book of Genesis, and go into the creation, and it tells us that it was good, right? And the Lord seen it and it was good, meaning what? It was perfect, Everything was in order. It was in balance. The duality was a perfect composition of balance, man. For what? For predators you have prey. For prey you have predators. For light you have dark, right? You have polar opposites, which help maintain the structure, man. Right? It says, as his ways are plain into the holy, and it's going to get back into that point, because as the scripture says in the book of Sirach 10, the Lord is going to put over it one that is profitable, man. Because right now the man that's ruling is a complete demon. It says, for the good things are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. This is 26. The principal things for the whole use of a man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, which is the point of these bees, man. Honey is essential unto life, right? Because this is one of the only things created that doesn't spoil. right? And then you have multiple forms of honey. You know, you got your regular edible honey, then you got your manuka honey, and then you even have bees that make quote unquote hallucinogenic honey, right? Now, what's the purpose of that? Hey, I'm not sure, but hey, the Lord has them created. You know, it's a creation from the bees, really from the Lord, that the Lord gave unto the bees, man. You know, there has to be some purpose for it, but hey, I don't know it. But we know that the bees produce that type of honey as well, right? And the higher degree of manuka honey that you have, you can't even eat it. You know, it's used to treat wounds, right? So there's a purpose for all these things. But what does Esau do? He's killed off millions of bees and then made mechanical bees. Basically saying that the Lord's creation isn't good enough. Right? Here it is, a man telling the Most High that his creation isn't good enough and that he can do better. Right? Which is complete BS, man. It says, the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, honey, and salt. It's like a fire, iron, and salt. Flour of wheat, honey, milk. Hey, and that's completely defiled, man. Milk is just through, you know. milk don't even stand a chance. You still drinking cow's milk. You're drinking complete pus. Literally. You know? It says, and the blood of the grape and oil and clothing. Hey, even the grapes. The grapes aren't even the size that they were in the ancient world. Grapes were supposed, as scripture tell you, it took 2 men to carry a cluster of grapes. Now you picking up a whole fucking cluster with your pinky or with your thumb and your index finger, man. Right? It says in clothing is supposed to be of one fabric. Right? So that shows you that's a law that we can't keep within this society, because Esau is mixing 80% cotton with 20% polyester. You know? Everything is defiled in this place. Hey, the turning of things are upside down, as the scripture says, man. Because you have Esau ruling, man. A complete unwise demon. Hey, and really he disregards the order of things. Right? Here it is. You seen right next to that soda can. Was a fucking orange peel. But the bees weren't even considered. They didn't even consider the orange peel. Because even the fruit of this place is defiled. Right? It says, all these things are good for the godly, so to the sinners are they turned to evil. Right? And that's because Esau is ruling. So the earth got to be under new management soon, man. Because the earth itself wouldn't last. It was the spirit, because the elder brothers from Mississippi, they went into a live stream today. Elder Kazak, the brother Ayashamath, you know, and the other brothers underneath them. You know, and the brother Ayashamath was speaking and basically said, hey, man, the earth is supposed to have its own natural smell. You know, the buswala tree, which produces the frankincense, what do you call it? The frankincense resins. Those resins that drip from the tree, they come from basically the tree being injured or being hurt, so to speak. Like when a gash or a cut forms within that tree, you know, it produces that sap or that resin in order to protect it from its protect it internally. It's like a scab in a sense that the tree produces, right? And here it is. It's supposed to be forests full of those trees, which naturally produce that smell of frankincense. You know, that citrusy, pure smell, so to speak, man. But in this society, the natural things in the way the Lord ordained it to be, Esau has messed up the earth completely, right? That's why the scripture says this in the book of Isaiah, the 24th chapter, right? As Isaiah 24:5, it says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. He is a horrible ruler, man. As the elder Shaquard in our camp says, he treats this earth as a rental car that's not in his name. He has no regard for the state of it. You know, he's not about to check the fluids. He gives a damn if the tires are flat or going flat, let alone the internal parts of this vehicle, man. He's abused this world so much that he said, hey, we gotta go to Mars now. He is as death. He is as death, man. That's literal. Anywhere this devil puts his foot, hell is going to just gradually take over. Because he is not fit to rule. He doesn't know how. Right? Because he ultimately just disregards The law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. See, when we're back in power, man, Lord, when we be those that number of the elect, the earth is going to be in its unity, man. That's why the scripture says in the book of Isaiah how the ox shall eat straw with the lion, you know, or the ass shall eat straw with the lion, paraphrasing, man, right? Everything is going to be in peace. The earth is going to move as one vessel again. We can get into all the damaging things in which Esau does into the earth. Something as simple as fracking, you know, removing the lubricant from the earth that the Lord gave it. And then he's wondering why so many earthquakes are happening. This is all because he's trying to monopolize the resources that were free upon the earth for man to use. Because he's a greedy devil, man. The thief cometh not but for to steal, to kill, and to destroy. He has to be put out of power. And he has to be taken off the earth because everything under him is defiled. Nothing is in its right place anymore. The minds of men and women, the unity between those two. How a woman was made for man. In this society, it's a complete divide versus both genders, man. You have a gender war while the earth is supposed to be fruitful and multiplying. And we can go on all day, but you get the point, man. He has to go. The earth, the air, the water, on every level are you being poisoned. That's why the scripture says it's of the Lord's mercies that we're not consumed. So if you're not sighing and crying for all the abominations to be done in the midst thereof, you just love abuse. You know? So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the body. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Harakakwadash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to Yakim bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.